What is up, everyone? So I'm back. I'm so sorry that I haven't been able to put a video back up in a while. My camera was having some technical difficulties, and to make a long story short, it's now fixed, and so we're back. So lately I've been getting a lot of questions about what my diet consists of, and if I track my macros or pretty much what I eat. So I figured that for the sake of this video, I would go ahead and answer that for you guys. Now I'm sorry if I keep looking down. There are a few points that I want to make sure that I go over with you guys, so bear with me, okay? It's a lot of information, and like I said, I just want to make sure that I share everything with you guys. So, since I stopped prepping, before while I was prepping for my show, I was tracking my macros. I was being very strict with it, tracking to the last gram, all the good stuff, and it was going great. I love tracking my macros. It was definitely something new for me, and it was fun. I really did enjoy it, once I got the hang of it. Now for right now, since I'm no longer prepping, I decided that I wanted to just basically step away from every scale. From weighing myself to weighing my foods, I just wanted to step away from everything. So lately I've just been eating intuitively. And what that basically means to me is that I eat when I'm hungry and I stop when I'm full. That's it. Pretty simple, right? But not really, because I guess the thing about intuitive eating is that, it could cause you to just start eating crappy again. Because, you eat whatever whenever you're hungry, and, but you have to make sure that it's all about moderations, and you just have to have awareness of what you're feeding your body. And so I don't eat like crap every day. But, if once or twice a week I want to have pizza or I want to have chocolate, then I go ahead and do that. So that's what I'm doing lately. Yes, I do tend to eat on the healthier side, but again, I have no restrictions and I am not weighing anything. All right, so now because I did track my macros for a while, I thought that I would just share with you guys, basically what macros are and how you go about tracking them. So to start off with, macros, what are they? So your macros are your macronutrients, and they're basically your proteins, your carbs, and your fats. Now these three macros are essential for muscle recovery, for energy, and just basically everyday function of your body. So each of these macros, they have their own caloric value. Proteins and carbs are gonna have 4 calories per gram, and your fats are gonna have 9 calories per gram. So whether it be that, you're cutting or eating at a deficit, bulking or eating at a surplus, or maintaining or eating at maintenance level, tracking your macros can help you reach more specific goals. To begin with, no matter which goal or which direction you're taking, whether you're, losing weight, whether you're trying to add weight, or whether you're just staying where you are, the first step is to determine your BMR, or your basal metabolic rate. So what's your BMR? Your BMR is basically the amount of calories your body needs while it's at rest. So if you were to just lay in bed all day without any sort of physical activity or anything, these are the amount of calories that your body needs to have each day in order, to survive, to maintain itself. We're going to use an example of a woman who, let's say, weighs 120 pounds and she works out, like 4 times a week. In order to figure out your BMR, you have to take your body weight and you're going to multiply it by a number from 11 to 14. So any number between 11 to 14. Now, how do you figure out which number to multiply by? Well, that's simple. You base it off of your activity level. So whether you have an active job, a sedentary job, or whether you work out 2 times a week or 4 to 5 times a week, we're gonna go and base it on that. So what I'm gonna do is, so that I don't go through each thing, I'm just gonna probably just post it up here. I'll post something right there describing what each number should stand for, and you can use that. Once you have your BMR, we're gonna go ahead and figure out our proteins. So proteins are super easy. They're the easiest one. So you're just gonna take your body weight in pounds and you're gonna turn it into grams. So what do I mean by that? I weigh 115 pounds, so I should eat at least 115 grams of protein each day. Simple. Once we have our proteins, then we're gonna move on to our fats. So what we're gonna do with our fats is we're gonna multiply our body weight times a number between 0.3 to 0.6 grams. So how do you choose? Again, the recommended amount to multiply by, and most of the calculators will multiply by 0.4 grams. What I recommend, or what I've found through my own personal experience and through research and everything, depending on whether you're a person that likes to eat fattier foods, you should aim to multiply your fats times 0.5 to 0.6 grams. This is going to give you room to work with more fats in your macros, which, like I said, if you like to eat more fatty foods, that'd be perfect for you. But if you're someone who likes to be or is more of a carboholic, like I tend to be, you should aim anywhere from 0.3 to 0.4 grams. For someone who wants to focus on performance and recovery, you should definitely aim to have higher carbs than fats, because you need those to recover and you need those to grow. Just pick a number, decide where you fall between 0.3 to 0.6 grams, and you're going to multiply it times your body weight. So for our carbs, we are going to need a calculator, and this is usually where it gets tricky for the most part for people. This is where they get confused the most. And it's not that hard, so we're just going to walk through it. We're going to go ahead and we're going to use our proteins that we figured out in grams, and we're going to multiply it times 4. Because remember, there's 4 calories in each gram of protein. So after that, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing with our fats. We're going to take the fats that we figured out in grams from before, depending on which number you multiplied by, remember. And then we're going to multiply it by 9, because again, there's 9 calories in 1 gram of fat. Once we figured out these two numbers, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add them together. Then we're going to go ahead and take our BMR, and we're going to go ahead and subtract it from this number that we just figured out. And we're going to go ahead and divide that by 4. So we're going to take, in our example, we had our BMR as 1,560. Once I worked everything out for the example, I got 648 grams. So we're going to take this one minus this one, then we're going to divide it by 4. That's going to give us 162 grams for our example that are allowed for carbs in the macronutrients. So again, it's not hard. I will go ahead and I will put the steps, what I did, either as something separate, or I'll put it here or here, so that you guys can, I guess, follow along visually. I'm a visual learner, so I do have to see things in order to process them. Some of you guys might be as well. Others, might understand just by me speaking, but I'll go ahead and I'll add that so that you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. Once you get the hang of it, it'll work out for you. Again, I will post those links for those calculators. But I just wanted to give you guys, I guess, a little quick walkthrough of how all of this works. Alrighty, so now that this little guy woke up, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video. I hope again that I helped you guys. Remember to subscribe and like, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.